Okay, the last video here we're going to look at is an application. Now remember, when you perform applications on pyramids, we're not going to look at frustums, you must figure out, first of all, what shape you're using, and then secondly, for instance, is it a prism, is it a pyramid, and then whether you have to find lateral area, surface area, volume, and there might also be a conversion at the very end, so you have to have your conversion sheet, or you can just Google if you need to conversions. But be organized, draw any part of the figure you need, and label what you also need also, and be, like I said, be very organized. So here's an example. I'll have you take a second and just read through this. So pause the video and then read through this. And also underline anything that maybe you find pertinent or relevant. Okay, so what we're looking at is we're looking at a square pyramid, because that's what it says right here. And then it gives us a side length of 28 feet and a slant height of 13¼ feet. And what you're going to do, you're going to paint this. So let's start off first of all by drawing the square pyramid. And I'm going to try to do the best job I can here. And if we do this, I think that's a pretty good job right there. There's your square pyramid. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it says that the slant height is, and I'll put that in a different color, is 13¼ feet, so slant height would be right here. That's your slant height. That's 13¼ feet. And then also it says that the side length, so for right here, the side length, it's a square pyramid with a side length of 20 feet. That's right here. Okay? The side of the square is 28 feet. So, what we're going to do is we're going to paint it. We're not going to fill it with anything. If we were going to fill it, that would be volume. And we're only going to paint the lateral faces. In other words, you're not going to paint the base because it is a roof. So basically what you're doing is you're going to paint each of these lateral faces. Okay? The back, sorry, remember there's 4 lateral faces. So if I just make a quick sketch of this, basically, and you could make a sketch of the net if you want to, this is what we're painting. We're painting this, 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 and this side, these 4 triangles. We're not painting the base. So in essence, what that's telling us is we need to find the lateral area. Now, lateral area, again, is equal to 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. So it's 1/2 times the perimeter of the base. And this is your perimeter of your base right here. We know that each of these sides is a square, and that each of these sides is 28 feet because that's what it gave us in the original problem. So basically, to find the perimeter of the base, you're going to take 28 and multiply that by 4. And if you do that, you get 112 feet. It also tells us the slant height, which was given right here in the original description of the problem.
Teachers, if you're in the building and would like some pizza, please come to the concession stand. Thank you.
Ooh, I got to do that pretty soon. So, 13¼ feet. All right. So we have everything we need. We have everything we need. We've got 1/2 times the perimeter of the base times the slant height. And if we do that, ladies and gentlemen, that gives us 742 square feet that we have to paint. Okay, now we're not done. We found the lateral area, but we're not done because it says the spreading rate of this is 150 square feet per gallon, and it is to be applied to this section. In other words, it is to be applied to the lateral area here. Suppose we wish to know the number of gallons needed in order to apply 2 coats of paint. How many gallons of paint is needed for the job? So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to cover 742 square feet with paint at 150 square feet per gallon. So what we're gonna do is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna set up my little, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my little, railroad method here. 742 square feet we have to paint. Okay? It spreads at 1 gallon of paint for every 150 square feet. And we want to know how many gallons that's going to take. So what happens here again is you take 742 square feet, the square feet cancel out, and you basically have 742 gallons divided by 150. So what that does, that gives us the number of gallons of paint we're going to need is equal to what I get when I take 742 and divide it by 150. And we get about 4.946 gallons, which is pretty close to 5. Okay? Now remember, that's only for one coat. We're actually going to apply 2 coats. So to apply 2 coats for the number of gallons for 2 coats of paint, we've got to take this number right here and multiply it by 2. And if we do, we get 9.893 gallons. Now we can't buy a fractional gallon of paint, so we don't want to round down, we're going to round up, so make sure we have enough left over and not, so we don't have too few or too little paint, so that's going to end up being 10 gallons. Now I am going to go over my limit here for a second, just this time, the 7-minute limit, because hopefully you understand this problem. If not, you could rewind it, you could pause it, go back over it. And again, we're going to skip over, ladies and gentlemen, again, I hope you got this 10 gallons. We're going to skip over the frustum problems. And here's your assignment. Now, this will not be due till the end of next week. You can work on it at your own pace. I've got the white book and I've got the blue book. Also, I will show you this. I will have the blue book pages 603 and 604. I will have them online. So if you don't have your book, can't find your book, or whatever, you can go ahead and use the pages I've copied off and put on Classroom for 603 and 604 of the blue book. I also have an answer key for these so you can see how you're doing. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to give me a call, text me, or email me at your convenience. Thank you very much. Again, I hope everything goes well. I hope you're safe. This ends the notes and examples for Chapter 9, Section 2 of Pyramid.